You mentioned these lawyers, you mentioned some experts, you mentioned some expert testimony that I think you probably had in your hearing. I must admit I wasn't at your hearing. This stuff is about as exciting to me as it's exciting to you. And there are things that we truly find exciting in this building. And this is just something we do every 10 years. I get it. The lawyers that you hired, they verified with you that this map is legal. You've said that over and over. Did they give you an EI estimate? Ecological inference estimate? Yes or no?
No.
Did they give you a racial polarized voting analysis? Both of those two different types of analyses are generally performed by these types of people that are reviewing these types of maps. You said that you went to the experts, you hired the best lawyers in town, they did an analysis, and they came back to you that everything is okay, okie dokie, Senator, it's all wonderful, no race in the offing here. Did they give you either one of those two analyses that they likely used?
Well, obviously, in doing the jingles, you have to do the analysis you've discussed. But I specifically have not looked at any of the underlying data because I would have had to look at racial data, and I did not want to take that into consideration in drawing this map. Whether you agree with me that that's a good or bad way to draw a map, I understand we can disagree on that. But I did not take racial data into consideration, and any question you ask me about that, I'm going to be giving the same truthful answer that I've been giving all day on.
No one called you a liar. I didn't call you a liar. I said you're a good lawyer. And despite the jokes, lawyer and liar aren't the same thing. But it sure is a good way to create an ignorant witness. Someone up here to give us the testimony up here and say, well, you know what? They did those things because they have to do them, and I didn't get a book report on that. I didn't look at it. So you're a lawyer, you're accountable to the courts, you're accountable to this body, you're accountable to the taxpayers, you're accountable to God and your family. These reports were likely done and you didn't review them.
That's correct.
They rendered an opinion, you've said that, correct?
Yes.
Did you review that opinion? You said that earlier, by the way.
I have received their conclusions, and their conclusions are that this completely complies with the VRA. I'm not a redistricting attorney. I'm not capable of the level of statistical analysis that it takes to do the type of regression and other studies you have to look at. Okay. To be honest, the data would have been fairly meaningless to me. That's why you have expert witnesses in court, because it's fairly meaningless to the parties and to the attorneys.
Fair enough. So they rendered an opinion to you that you reviewed. Did they help you prepare your talking points?
Of course.
Okay.
I prepared my talking points, and I went over those talking points with them. Of course.
Did you provide these resources that they provided to you to anyone else in the Senate outside of your office?
Would you say that slower?
Did you provide these resources that they provided to you to anyone else in the Senate outside of your office?
No.
So the reports that they created, the opinion that they gave you, you have it, it's in your office, and no one's seen it.
I have none of their underlying data. I have none of the analyses in my office. I have asked for things such as give me a brief that overviews redistricting law to date so that I could familiarize myself with it again. I have asked for other background on redistricting materials. The specific thing that I have hired them to do is to analyze any plan that was proposed during these special sessions. And they have done so at my request. And as I've said before, they have told me that, they've assured me that this map meets all legal criteria.
They've analyzed it. They've given you an opinion. They have analyzed it. They've likely done those two types of analyses that we have discussed because they have to do them. Well, let's see. Whatever you do have in your office, just as a matter of senatorial courtesy, are you going to allow us to review that before we go forward with this bill? Well, I mean, we want to make the same informed decision and opinion that you're making. I know you have this look on your face. I'm just wondering, can we see the things? I'm just trying to think
what in my office would be of any benefit to you. You've heard my talking points.
I'd like to see the opinion. I'd like to see the analysis that they created.
Well, you've pretty much heard it all.
No, I heard, I don't know. I've been told. I don't know who drew the maps. I'm pretty sure that my lawyers know what they're doing. I'm pretty sure that they're the experts in this thing. That's what I've heard all day long.
You understand how privilege works and how releasing information under privilege works, and you're a good lawyer too.
Oh, yeah. No, I do. I do. And it's funny because we're two sides in this place, Republicans and Democrats, just like we are in this country. And yet, we're not in a courtroom. We're not in a courtroom. We're in a place where transparency is the most important number one issue. That those people outside of this building, those people in that gallery, everybody watching on TV, thinks that government should be transparent. But the analysis, the reports, the EI, and oh goodness, what was it called? The RPV, the racial polarized voting analysis.
Yes, that's part of Jingles.
Somewhere in part of Jingles, you're right. Your lawyers did it, and yet there's no access to it by the general public or the people, or even your own colleagues in this room. Because, why? Are we in a courtroom? You don't want to be transparent to people? I thought you were going to be accountable to us.